It is 2026, January the 25th. Just man, I feel really like my freaking throat isn't I don't think I'm like I have a cold or anything. I just like had some like soft drink from McDonald's and fuck man, it's like too much bacteria in it or something. So that was kind of gross. But yeah, anyway, so today's Sunday and we need to prepare for the week ahead. Um, let's take a look at the markets here. So, you know, these investment theories on like asset classes, like I kind of like what uh what this guy said about how uh you know governments and central banks will accumulate physical assets that can be centralized and the private like capital like just normal people and smaller corporations and shit private entities they will accumulate more sovereign assets such as Bitcoin, and that's a really cool way of thinking about what is happening with the current price action that we see today here, like why gold is absolutely just tearing, right? Like we can see like this entire past year since August 2025 on the 24th of Sunday, just rocketed, just total rocketry, right? Like the projection. So now it's like a $35 trillion asset. And that's pretty cool. Take a look at oil here. You know, I really don't want to see it go above like this level because Vancouver gas prices are just ridiculous. It's currently $1.50, and that's the lowest it'll ever go. We saw like $1.40 for a bit, but like even at these low levels, we're like seeing such like the consumer petrol is just still ridiculous in Vancouver. So yeah, anyways, I it's 8 a.m. in the morning, and I'm like just thinking about what I did yesterday and what I have to do to prepare for like this day for today and what I'm doing today, which is I'm gonna go to church. And like fuck man, like it sucks to have like you don't really appreciate like how good it is to be like completely healthy until like shit happens, right? Like I was already complaining about my gastritis and shit, but like having a sore throat and shit is like, let's just call it that, a sore throat. Even though I'm not sure, I'll probably disappear by tomorrow. But yeah, it's just shitty, man. And yeah, I thank everyone who subscribed. I really appreciate that you like listen to me and think, and there is hidden value here, and if I'm posting like nearly daily, I think like people will eventually come to appreciate this content and listen to it because there really is like my opinion and my perspective is a very very important one, and I'm the boss, man. And if you want to you know liberate yourself and take control of your life, following someone who's at the cusp of this journey of like overcoming all the evil in this world is definitely something that is very interesting, is very inspiring, and entertaining for those who've you know, on whatever position you are in your life, you know, whether you've already made it or you have everything, and or you don't have everything and you're fucking in a dark place. Yeah. So I was thinking about yesterday, like how like abruptly I ended the stream yesterday because I was just stuck on this one thought of like why we should work so hard and what it means to be a man. Well, it means to be a man is because there's enemies at the gate, and you better be fucking prepared, and you better be able to do all the hard things that you said you were be able to do, and you better be the actual knight in shining armor who's able to take down the enemies. So that's why we do the hard things, and to learn the hard things, and to do the hard things that we want to do, to prepare ourselves, and to, you know, to condition ourselves to become the warriors that we were meant to be. And you know, every time I go on these trains of thought, you know, I'm just saying whatever's in my mind, and there's just a countless amount of information and data that's like I'm processing in my mind, and if I'm just able to speak as quickly as I can, maybe I'll be able to catch like how my mind actually operates. So yeah, there's just endless information that I can release, and I'm just having fun here. So we'll just continue onwards. You know, primarily this is for me, right? Like, you know, there's barely anybody who's going to fucking watch the entirety of this long form content. But I really appreciate it if you do. That's really cool. You know, I'm gonna gain a new internet friend. You know, like so that's cool. But anyways, whatever. So let's just go through all the crypto asset classes for, you know, because we're a private entity, right? We don't really want to accumulate these mega large like assets like gold, because whatever. So hype is a good one. You know, like looking at this chart, you know, there is only sentiment that can drive price, and a willingness of buyers and willingness of sellers. And to predict that, to predict it, to predict the future, you need to understand the theory behind the asset. You need to understand why it is propelling the way it is, and what is moving price. Because we can set all these price levels, but these are just static levels. They're really like arbitrary. Like they're going to be reached based on how the algorithms of every player is interacting with the market. And you know, we can create a narration. Here's how I view the current price right now. All right, so obviously the macro trend is like we're creating lower high, lower high, lower high, lower high, lower high, lower high. So what is actually happening? What is the mechanics, the engine behind what is happening? So, you know, ever since 2026, the 1st of January, all right, let's just do this. Okay. Oopsie. 1st of January. We're just making pretty charts here just for fun. I want to get a clearer picture for myself, right? So, this has clearly been the primary level of contention at $28. $28. And we can clearly see that, this level of buy side liquidity has been a contention point for the majority, and you can see that the algorithms, all of this is done by a market maker with a lot, or a aggregate entity of of uh, of market makers, I guess, that have a large quantity of inventory, and every time it reaches a new level of premium, as we call it, premium, there's not enough attention, or enough of a momentum or excitement that we want. There's just not enough volume to break through this. So that's why it creates this wick, right? It'll go up, and the market is very fluid. Okay, so these algorithms, they're gonna be lifting. Right, they're gonna lift. They're gonna like buy a little, sell a little here, sell a little here, sell a little here. Find that very contention point where it is the fulcrum, the absolute max peak. Like where the demand to sell is at its greatest, and that's when the momentum, or the direction of price all of a sudden reverses direction, and that's how the market really moves in a nutshell, right? Like, so these algorithms, they're lifting. Oh, they found a large aggregate of sellers here with mini asks here. Okay, and then there's not enough excitement to break through this level. There's not enough not enough market orders or volume to push through and destroy this level. So that's why we see a reversal here, and then we get to this level here. Okay, so there's, and this level of activity here, this pattern here, this is on Friday, so this is a very low level of activity. So there's nobody doing anything here. So we've found a level that markets, the participants of the market, they don't really, the books are basically very tight right now, and the market is offering at this level to small time players, which they consider is currently fair price. So once that moment of contention, that level of compression reaches an apex point where the market no longer has the inventory to sustain this level, it will begin to reach outwards. And that's the thing, right? People like ICT and shit, they all say, oh, there's this hidden player that like moves price. To a certain degree, the market makers can influence price, but we have to take it into the context of it being multivariable as in such in that way that it is a random occurrence that this happens and this pattern is formed. Okay, so at 4 p.m. we got a level of momentum here and we just pushed up, and that is when there were no more bids, and that is when there's a chain reaction that happens here, right? And it just crushes this level here to seek the liquidity here, because there's a lot of stops here from day traders and stuff, because that's how the market moves. Okay, like the market moves from liquidity point to liquidity point, and that's what the market seeks. That's how the algorithms work. That's how the algorithms work. They're just going to level until we find a level of liquidity that there are willing participants. And so it's a very fluid game, a very fluid system. And I could definitely construe this or conjure this in a better way, but that is basically the gist of it. And it's like a liquidity game. Okay, so we went up here, right? We targeted this liquidity here because there are a lot of stops from the shorters, the retail shorters. And then once that sell side liquidity gets struck, right? Like that's the thing. It's a multi-variable game. So there's a lot of stops here, and it's a very it's like 5D chess. Okay, so we now know that the stops here got struck. So now there will be players that will seek to steal these stops, these short stops, right, of these short players, and steal their position, and then we run it back down to seek to steal the stops of the buyers, right, of long positions. And it will continue to do that sideways and sideways until there's no volume, because you can clearly see there's very little, like the momentum is getting lower and lower and lower. All right, these moves are getting smaller and smaller and smaller as the main holders of the asset class, they are seeking to unwind at these levels. They unwind at these levels as best as they can, as they slowly unwind their position, and that is yeah. So let's take a look at the larger time frame here. Larger time frame here. It's all very pretty. That's why I enjoy charting. It's just fun to create theories and to develop a prognosis on the forecast of price. Okay, so let's see if we can find a fair value gap that no, all the market has been pretty efficient. Okay, so there's this fair value gap here. So what fair value gaps do is it just gives you context as to how the algorithm's priced. Okay, so we're clearly So really, we really are in no man's land here in terms of how far this can unwind. So basically, the majority of the players here are already underwater, and now it's just a waiting game. It's just a waiting game of just seeing when the new liquidity will arrive. And until that time, you know, market maker, I'm just going to say market maker is a singular, but it's just like the entirety of the market. Okay, so the market maker is currently suppressing price. Okay, because why wouldn't he? He has a huge amount of inventory, and he's earning a yield. He's earning. There's many different types of trading strategies. If you can keep this in a bearish regime, then you know every single downstroke is a potential to profit. Have my donut. I want to have some food. Tired of talking. I had too much coffee, man. I always have like 2 cups. Yeah, man, I'm just having fun, man. Every day is just having fun, improving my business. And my business is purely just trading, because social media is for faggots. Okay? It's for people who have nothing better to do than just complain and to attention seek. So primarily women and shit, right? So it's really not my game. I don't really like appeasing people anyways. But anyways, back to the context of the market. So where could we see a level that it may respond to? I'm liking this level here. Okay. $16. $16, man. This is what IPO, right? This is this is BitMEX's chart. I don't know when the fuck it. This is just the data that we have. So in 2024, I don't know. Whatever. But it all purely depends on the books, you know. The book can become completely empty, and we could see an entire downstroke to like ridiculous sums, an entire wick. And based on market mechanics, you know, if there's actual demand, it will rise. All right, and that's how the market works. So we really cannot predict a bottom. That's what I've learned. I've learned the hard way. Take a look at Bitcoin. I want to show you an example of when this exactly happened and I experienced it firsthand. This is the first experience of my life. All right. You know, the market looks so weird when it's like compressed like this, but this used to be the market, man. This used to be what it looked like. But now, compared to the rest of the chart, it looks so small. It looks super small. But that's what the market is here. So, this move was gargantuan, all right? It moved based on whatever false sentiment or whatever, or some sort of demand, and the market maker just pounced and dropped the market 65% in one move. What in the fuck? That was the largest move I had ever experienced. This was during COVID. And I felt the brunt of it, man. Because at this time, this is 2020, man. This was 5 years ago. Or sorry, 6 years ago. Almost, yeah, 6 years ago. And I was just the beginning player, man. I didn't know what the fuck I was doing, man. I was over leveraged to the hilt. My algorithms were primitive. They were not dynamic. They were not risk adjusted. They were just there for fun. They were just toys, essentially. And I got my ass. Yeah, man, dude. I just got my ass kicked. Okay, so luckily, I still had enough in this run to somewhat have a profit. Okay, but it was at this moment where the books were completely empty. There was literally only like a few players left, like bidding. Like literally, like it looked like it was gonna die, and BitMEX itself had to shut down because BitMEX was the entire operation, and yeah, but fundamentally, Bitcoin's value was actually like much higher, but because there were nobody in the books willing to support price at that moment, it had to do a very slow but gradual ascent as slowly people began to realize that the market was imbalanced. There was a massive imbalance, basically. So like there was a strong bid, a very strong bid. Okay, a very strong bid, and then it's just through very paranormal, like the whole aggregate of behavior is very, very paranormal. There's so many factors at play here. Okay, like once it reaches this point, there's gonna be like, oh shit, there's a fervor, and it just expands even further. And then, yeah, this entire move was just completely absorbed, right? But yeah, it could have stayed here. It could have stayed here. But just through the natural dynamics of the amount of supply here, and that people are witnessing this level of price action, there creates a level of excitement. And then finally it just ignites, and then the sentiment or like people's perception changes, and they just want in. This is the next hot asset, and it just explodes. But that might not have happened. All right, it's all based on emotions and like people's perceptions. It's really, really freaky. But anyways, let's diagnose the price action here. Fucking weird. Fucking mouth feels so weird. So obviously we have a lot more data. Stretches back way further. Let's take a look at the 4-hour chart. So all cryptocurrencies really pretty much follow the same narrative. If you look at one asset class, if they're in the same, like in the same hemisphere, in the same type of asset, then you're basically explaining the same thing. But Bitcoin is hyperliquid's like major bigger brother, right? So we can properly diagnose price action here, just for my own sake as well. And wow, my voice is really like, it's really hard to talk right now. I'm fucking fucked up. So yeah. It did the same thing here. The same thing. And we can look at the Mesa indicator here. We're under a lot of duress, a lot. This is exactly what I'm saying. This is the market maker with a lot of inventory, with a lot of selling pressure, and it just continues. And it broke free here to drive short for a short squeeze. This is the pivotal moment, and it held price. And if we could have held price here, and this is all theoretical, okay? There's no entity that's actually holding price, and precisely as predicted, nothing can really stop price if it really wants to go down there. There was not enough momentum. This was just a short squeeze, and we're operating in a level of uncertainty and information and asymmetry. We don't know what other participants are going to do, what news cycle it is in, what the momentum and the excitement of the market really is. We have to forecast it. There are many people that are saying that this was just going to V-shape, right? But no, it decided that there was too much inventory here, and we just decided to consolidate further because there was a large amount of buy-side liquidity here. Sorry, sell-side liquidity here. And in this discount region, there was not enough of a sentiment of engineered liquidity, enough for the market makers to do anything. So what the market makers are doing right now, because as you know, this game is is a generational thing. It's like you can wait for ages. This is not a joke, essentially. You will die of old age. And that is why we always seek high volatility assets, high interest assets, such as like where the liquidity is driving to. That's why understanding theory and the principal fundamentals of your hypothesis is so important, is to understand the entire conceptual visualization of the programmatic architecture of our society is so important. And that is what really is at the center point that creates all these different arms of attack for our strategy. Like every single strategy is derived from that. Okay. So that's a little bit of delving deep into my mind of how market mechanics work. Okay. Oh wow. Link broke through this. So clearly there's a lot more selling going on. A lot more people that want to get out, which is really cool. I don't really give a fuck. It gives me more time to load up. I really want this. I'm really concentrated on acquiring this asset because I believe in this theory, and I also want this one as well. I believe the information asymmetry on this one is far greater than this one. Okay, like the value proposition of Link is in managing hundreds of trillions of assets, and Hype is just is also a very good ecosystem as well. Anyways, I'm pretty tired of talking about markets, so let's do something else. Man, my throat hurts. It sucks. I shouldn't have fucking had that McDonald's shit. Fuck. And I just like ruined my life and shit. Alright, let's play some War Thunder. Yeah, living in a society, people don't give a fuck, man. Like, they just do all sorts of dumb shit. Because they're retards. And life is hard, man. Life is hard when everyone's a retard. But, you know, I totally understand, like, the context of being a retard, because being something far greater is, it can have a learning curve, for sure. It got me to this point through many mistakes. But only I can say, like, I totally understand why I'm in the position that I'm in right now. And, you know, but the mistake I made was because I took massive risk, as I explained to you during that COVID dump, what happened. But because of that experience, that was the formative experience for, like, understanding markets, because, you know, that is exactly how markets work, and people can go through an entire lifetime and then get fucked over, like, rapidly out of nowhere, just completely blindsided, such as the 1929 depression. Okay, I already lived through multiple market cycles, and I'm prepared for that. And, you know, an average person will only have the experience of one market cycle, maybe two market cycles in their life. So to really just fast track that level of fucking trial by fire, and, you know, just making a billion mistakes, because everyone around me is an idiot, right? So I'm extremely grateful for the fact that I can just fast track all the mistakes in one go and fucking be, and then just fucking be just fucking formidable, right? Just absolutely a devastation on the market, because now I understand everything, and it's just a matter of time before it compounds to the point where it's like money is no object anymore. And being in a position similar to Elon Musk, where, you know, money is just a tool to further expand, oh shit, further expand the capabilities of humanity. And anything other than that is just gay. And you know, life is a journey, and not everything can be encapsulated in like one sentence. And that's what the majority of the problems of reality happen, is because people stereotype you based off like one snippet of your entire life, and they don't see the trial by fire that you've gone through. And you know, generally I'm like really polite, because like I don't really want to fucking deal with these fucking idiots, right? And they're not worth my time, so I don't really fucking talk to them. But if you know, like, if you knew who I was and what I am capable of, then you'll be like, holy fuck, man. Because I'm in a different level of capability. And that's what it takes to be a success. Like, that's what it takes to have the type of lifestyle that you want, for me at least. I always wanted the high life, because that's what I was born into. Like, I fucking lived in multiple mansions and drove nice cars, and that's what initially started this. And you know, women are hoes, and you know, I'm like, and I was like fucking young and, you know, very naive. And women are dumbass hoes. You know, they could have had everything. We could have had like a lot set up already if they had just fucking, oh fuck, if they had just fucking, you know, free shit, you know, like got, like, you know, just got together with me, you know. But, you know, like, because people are retarded, okay? And I'm just saying whatever the hell's going on in my mind, like, because my mind is racing at like 1,000,000 miles per hour. So we're just saying whatever. I don't really give a fuck. Oh my god, I'm gonna get my fucking tank destroyed. Yeah, this level of capability is like otherworldly. It's like God sent. Okay, like so I'm just laughing all the way to like the kingdom of God. Like I really don't care anymore. Like oh, he's dead already. What the fuck? There's another tank here. Dude, they aimbot, man. They fucking aimbot, bro. Like, nobody can fucking make these shots in one hit. That's fucking ridiculous, man. And so, yeah, just learn to enjoy the journey. Because who are you to question God, right? And to just endure the hardship, because life is meant to enjoy the, like, not enjoy, because it's just to experience the ups and downs of life. Because that's what life is, okay? It's a matter of survival. We fundamentally boil it down. And I don't want to really be caught up in like random thoughts, because like when I play these back, I do feel like I am saying something, I am succinct enough, but it doesn't really feel like that. Like it doesn't really feel like I'm actually like fucking saying what's in my mind sometimes. How the fuck do they just fucking knock me out in one shot? Like, they don't even need to measure. They just fucking do it. So it's like they're aimbotting, man. So don't worry about it. It's so dumb. Let me see if I can capture a point, and then we'll just fucking use the dive bomber and fucking screw them up that way. Yeah, I'm currently feeling pretty fucking pissed off right now, as usual. But that's just what it means to be a man, yeah. No, why you wanna fucking take it? I wanna take it. Fuck you. Fuck you. Oh my god, bro. What? How is he so fast? Whatever. Let's flank and try to like go behind enemy lines then. 'Cause this is bullshit. Shit. Target destroyed. Fuck that motherfucker. Alright, let's flank this guy. Oh, he's done. Nowhere. Okay. I think we found some there. Fire. See? Just one shot and you're fucking done. This is hilarious. Wow, they're all like bunched up over there. Okay, I'm gonna fucking... Son of a bitch. I missed. Whatever. Oh, I assisted. That's good. You see, fucking dude. Aileron roll. Oh yeah. There. Got him. He dead? Not dead. Dude, I lost him. He's so fast. There he is. Come on. Get him. We might get fucked up, man. I can't believe we didn't get fucked up. We need to get him. I need to get him. I need to get shot. Fuck. Oh my god. Oh yeah, just chilling, just saying whatever's on my mind, you know. Yeah, I think it was just a little bit of bacteria in that drink. And I think I'm fine. I think I'm gonna be better in a few hours. Had a bit too much caffeine, man. I really shouldn't have had that shit. Whoops. Yeah, man. You know, I'm pretty sure they're aimbotting, but you know, in real life combat, you know, like it's a dog-eat-dog world, it's like really up to chance if you survive or not. Like in a full-scale combat, like it's just, that's why like it's like the casualties are so high, because it's really just like a fucking meat grinder. It's just like go in, millions die, and you know, so just be grateful about where you are in life, because it's very peaceful. There's not much strife here. The only strife here is dealing with the demon of fornication, and you know, just strive to be a better person and not succumb to these carnal urges, and to improve your life to the point where you are sovereign, where you're not isolated by any border, or you're not contained. You can free yourself from the grips of oppression, suppression, and ideologies and stupid shit. And you know, we don't know when the market will crash, like as in the US dollar will like completely implode. So it is a matter of you know, a race against time, to try to fucking like beat the time before society implodes. So yeah. And you know, like all the information's out there, and people are like, just, you know, there's not somebody willing to completely change the way society is structured to the point where it's like a militaristic mission to defeat this destruction of society. No, we're just sleepwalking into it. And that is the battle that I am currently facing. They have left it all up to the individual to escape. And I suppose that's a good thing, you know. You know, if everybody was fucking competent, then there would be no competition, right? You know, I'm sure it'll be like that in hundreds of years from now, where like all of society is like a utopia, and we like live in like crazy places with crazy like castles, like high marble walls or some shit, and like everybody lives forever, and it is immortal and shit. You know, that'd be awesome. And like there's no strife, there's no chaos, everything's orderly, everybody gets what they want. But we don't live in that world. We live in a world where there are competing views, some of which seek to destroy others for their own gain, because they have a scarcity mindset. And when you can generate your own wealth, like out of abundance, then you begin to understand. But all these theories, they don't become obvious until you truly do your research and begin to understand value creation and how you can do it. You know, everybody has their different avenues. Okay, some whores are just like, you know, I'll just be a slut for money, and that's totally cool. That's totally fine. You know, I have no problem with that. I have no problem with you being a whore. That's totally cool. Wow, I missed all that. That's hilarious. Uh, and life is pretty boring, man. It's just me. It's just a waiting game. It's just a waiting game. And, you know, people play their stupid ass games, you know. Fucking, you know, and it's fair enough, right? Like, I'm, you know, I can provide these good times, but, you know, it's much better to save money. I'd rather continue to accrue wealth because that's the final game, man. Like, it's not about these small things, you know. Just continue to accrue the wealth that you need to get out of the rat race, and then you'll be good. And then you can. The thing about Asia is like, the thing about Asia is that, like, well, in China, everybody like spits on the ground. It's really, I actually find it really disgusting, and like, I just like, that's why there's this stereotype of like Chinese being dirty. Like, I swear, some of their behaviors are just disgusting. So, I speak that as a Chinese person slash Cantonese person, like Mandarin slash Chinese person, Cantonese person, right? I know both sides of living in Hong Kong and like living in mainland China, and you know, they're just idiots. Most people are idiots and aren't willing to take risks. You know, I'm at the point where I'm just like, I don't really give a fuck. I'll just do whatever the hell I want. Oh yeah, and speaking of yesterday, I went out, tried to fucking like find some girls, but there were no good looking girls to like talk to. But now I'm just like coming to the realization, I don't even give a shit if they have a boyfriend there. I'll just fucking go just for fun, just to fuck with them. I really don't care. It's like I'm at that point where like I know I'm better than like anybody else. Like, as far as vanity goes, as far as competency goes as well, you know, and it's just a matter of waiting. And yeah, so I actually like don't mind that the world is so fucked up, because that just like leaves more for the rest of me, right? It leaves more for the rest for myself. It's like I can ascend beyond these people, like to be like to stand out from the crowd. Because like if everything was already provided for, to live in such a utopia as like a kingdom of God type of thing, which would be super awesome. Like, I probably wouldn't mind it, but you know, it's also super cool to be a hero and to achieve great things despite the fact that society is so retarded, and just like shoving it up their ass and being like, "Ha, you're a fucking idiot." And there's a great deep sense of satisfaction there, I believe, for sure, you know, and I don't mind that. And I believe that that is good final closing thought. Yeah, this is the best plane I have because it's the most maneuverable. Like, the P400 is so shit. Just like, it doesn't fucking... That's great. Yay!
If we don't do something fast, the enemy will win.
Drinking so much coffee today. Yeah, man. Always remember, life is a journey, and no thought will satisfy your inquisition. And it's just best to live in the moment. Forget the past. Just forget it. Just don't worry. It's not important. Just savor this moment right now, as we are. And the fuck? Whoa. Oh, if you press space for a very long time, it'll fucking show you where the bombs are. That's cool. Try to get this guy. I think I got him. No, he didn't die. Ah, oh yeah, I got him. Yay. 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 Yay! So yeah, I hope to just improve my stream of consciousness, like absolutely like in the moment, right? Like just I'm able to fuck you, P30. Oh. I'm able to show my stream of consciousness, basically, and just to completely break through this wall where, you know, I'm like just in my head. I'm just consistently making content, and you know, just for my own self, because it's all for fun, man. I really don't care. Okay, the internet is corporatized by like fucking scammers and shit, and everybody is trying to make a quick buck on the internet, and there's no real connection. On the internet, and that's why it's always best to touch grass, as they say, and just to live in the real world, because the real world is where the magic happens. And then we'll just let everything slide, and we'll let everything work its way until it reaches a critical mass, and you know, I don't know if I really want fame or not, you know. I'm just thinking I'm thinking I just want to be hidden. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not sure if I fucking have a cold or if it's just the coffee, man, but I do feel a little weird, so that'll be it for today.